Hello everyone. And Una is making lots of noise with my jewelry right behind me. I don't have a place to set the camera in here, so I'm holding it. The video is going to be short. I apologize a lot for not making videos. I realize that I'm like a week overdue or something. This time of year is very hard for me, and several changes have made it just even that much harder to make videos. Una is not taking naps anymore, and it is getting dark crazy early. I mean, different parts of the United States get dark at different times, but it is 5 o'clock now, just past 5 o'clock now, and it's dark outside and cold. So I don't have as many daylight hours to make videos. I tried getting up earlier, but it's also quite dark in the morning because it's foggy and gray in the morning here. And it takes a while for the sun to come up and burn that off. And not until quite late in the morning is it light enough for me to make videos or get out of bed or do anything, because then there is the risk of waking children up, being that I live in such a small house. And I want them sleeping as long as possible. Be careful with them, honey. She's playing with my necklaces. So there's not a whole lot of an update. Things are getting cold. Things are starting to freeze at night. Not like solid freeze, just like a slight getting close to that. And I have to get out and winterize animals fairly soon. Other than that, my winter stuff is kind of over for the year. I should have been out there tilling, but I can't run my monster tiller. It's like a huge monster tiller, and I can't run it. And the pull start cord came undone, so I have to take it in and have it fixed. And I just haven't found anybody that can till my garden for me, so I'm going to have to figure that out in the spring, because I will definitely need to till it in the spring. I can't just leave it. And oh my god, working in that much yard with a pitchfork. Yeah, that would be interesting. She's leaning on my back like a pillow. So funny, my girl. Not much on like a personal update or a front on that way at all. I wanted to maybe talk just a little bit about why I don't, because the festivities are coming up with Christmas, and we don't really celebrate Christmas. We don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. It's not something, Thanksgiving of course is because I am Native American, and we don't celebrate Christmas just because it's one of those way overdone things. We'll do something small, and the children always appreciate that, but we don't really dedicate a lot of time and energy to things like Christmas. So this time of year is just mostly for relaxing, and yeah, if I had sewing and stuff to catch up on, it would be a good time for that, but I don't have a sewing machine. Finding things to do to keep busy is always interesting. Finding things to do for the kids because it's winter and they're stuck in this little itty bitty house. So I'm coming up with things, being more inventive. But anyway, talking about the Christmas holidays coming up and so forth, why I don't drink. I kind of quit drinking when I was 24, mainly because I wanted to be clean and cleansed in my body before I started trying to get pregnant. And then I fell ill and had surgery and all that other, and I just never took up drinking again. It's just never, I never was one of those, party kind of get drunk off your ass and throw up all the next day. I more drank when I was depressed, and I usually drink alone, which is terrible. So realizing that, I just don't do it. I don't drink. I also don't use, my phone just went off. I also don't use pot in any form, weed. I don't use marijuana in any form. And there are my reasons for that too. If you guys wanted to go ahead and ask, I'm totally okay with you asking, because, I know people that use it. But for the most part, I have found that that is just not something that is good for my body. I don't think that taking in those kinds of things is beneficial to my body. And so many people, they claim that, you know, to be an enlightened person, you need to have these mind-opening experiences. But then I always end up thinking that those are not authentic experiences, that those were induced by the thing that you're ingesting. So, I don't know. It's more a physical thing for me, but it's also a mental thing and an emotional thing too, because just not something that I want to get into doing. But yeah, I do have the propensity for, or the, what is the right word for that? I do have the possibility to become addicted, but I've never had a problem just like quitting something cold turkey and putting it down. Because I smoked in my 20s too, just regular cigarettes. And I just decided one day I wasn't doing that and put it down and never picked it up again. And I do have horrid cravings sometimes. Sometimes it's awful. I really want that feeling of, you know, having a cigarette, but I don't do it. I was at a point a couple of weeks ago, I was begging Mark, please, you know, buy me some cigarettes, because it's not my money, so I have to, you know, ask. And that's going to open up a whole can of worms too. I don't believe in that either, but you just gotta go with it when it's not your money. But anyway, he refused to get me cigarettes, which is a good thing, you know, that's great. But I don't have any doubt that if I had have smoked another cigarette or bought a pack, I don't think I would have kept smoking after that. I think it would have just been something I did temporarily. But I did manage to get through the whole thing without drinking or smoking or anything else. I managed to deal with it in a more healthy way. Are you still waiting on my phone? She wants my phone so she can do math. There you go. And I used to have, you know, all this scientific papers and things, study that I had done based on my individual body type and proof as to why I didn't do it. And because I've gotten a lot of flack over the years for not drinking or smoking or using this or using that. I got these horrible messages from a guy not too long ago about how my ego was overblown and getting in the way of using LSD, and I would never be an enlightened person with an open mind and open heart if I didn't use LSD or mushrooms. And it was definitely interesting.
3/4 flashlight.
3/4 in a flashlight. Okay. Oh, that's terrible, honey. Don't do that. I'll see you later. You gotta show them the quarters too? Okay. Your hands are I need to look at her hands. She's got some calluses on them. So, I just don't think that that is an authentic experience for me. And there I see it said think several times, but it is not a think thing. That's not an attachment to the thought process that went into figuring out whether or not that was good for me, because it's not really a thought process. That is more something that is felt within, that is not the choice or the path for me, because it would be a decision made based off of a way out instead of a way in, which is something that I always do. I always go in and delve into what is going on rather than saying I want out. And I have had times in my life where I really want out, but yeah, taking something, whether it's hallucinogenic or marijuana or getting drunk, that's just not for me. That is not my path, not where I find my place to be and my enlightenment to be. No, don't play with the earrings. Oh, she's found my glasses. Okie dokie. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and we'll talk at you guys another day. I know, total ramble, total blah, blah, blah. But I didn't really have much else to do because this is just the short amount of minutes I get in between having to do something for the kids. Oh, thank you. We'll put those on me. Okay. Without jabbing it in my hair. Okay. Those are so covered in little finger marks, I can't even see you. Can you guys see how dirty those are? Oh, that's terrible. Hello. Okay. Bye, everyone. We'll talk to you guys later. Hope I wasn't too boring. And I'm going to go ahead and say like the video because...
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.